Alright, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, we're just going to be doing a little bit of a discussion. Lately, I've gotten super big into playing Pokemon Unite again. If you're not familiar with Pokemon Unite, it is a MOBA that came out for Pokemon about 9 months now, 9 months ago now. It's available for both the Nintendo Switch and iOS and Android. I guess I should just say mobile, but it's really fun. I had never really gotten too big into MOBAs before, but once Pokemon Unite got announced, I'm kind of a shill for Pokemon, so I got really big into it. Played it almost non-stop for the first 3-4 months, and then fell off for it a little bit. As I've seen a lot more like interesting Pokemon have been getting released, I kind of got back into the game, and as much as I love it, it's still not quite there, at least where I would like it to be. I think there's still a lot of things that the game can improve on, just to make it, again, a little bit more, I guess, sustainable and long-term lasting, because I love the game. I really want to see it have a long-time future. I love that there's like a competitive scene for it. I love that, it's just still get a lot of people playing it. But of course, we can't have the same game forever. And then there's definitely a lot of things that I would like to see, improved. Especially in comparison to other MOBAs, like League of Legends being the major one. That's the game that I started playing because of Pokemon Unite. So I'm going to go ahead and get it started off with number one on my list. I've got solo queue and separating solo queue and team queue. So what I mean by this is, as of right now, when you load into a game of Pokemon Unite, you can have as many people in your party as you want. Again, not like so much a bad thing. It's very like casual, which is fine. I like that. I think it's fine for standard mode. Just because, being able to hop in and play with your friends. But I know I can't be the only one that has queued up for solo queue and just absolutely gotten steamrolled because the enemy team is, a group of 5, and they are obviously, coordinated. They know what they're doing. They're working as a team, whereas trying to communicate with strangers, especially in a game with like Unite, where you only really have pings, you don't get to type as much to your teammates, or like talk to them. There's no voice chat really. It's a lot more difficult to compete, and especially in ranked, it definitely gets super frustrating, and it's to the point where like I don't enjoy playing ranked unless I know I have at least 1 or 2 other people on my team that I could kind of work with. So yeah, I think that separating them would be perfect. And I'm going to reference League of Legends a lot again because that is the only other MOBA that I have a lot of experience with. I played League in anticipation to get ready for what Unite would be, and I think it's a very good, especially because they're owned by the same company as well, that it's a very good standard to kind of compare and contrast them. Even though they're separate games, they do have a lot in common. League has both for ranked solo queue, which allows you to queue solo or with a duo. And that's it. You max out at 2 people, or they have flex queue, which allows you to have a full group of 5. And I think that's really good to separate them. I don't really play flex as much, but it basically leaves everybody on almost an equal playing field. There's even talks about in League, I know in the higher ELOs that it's only solo queue, not even a duo, which again, it makes everybody on a completely even playing field, and I think that's a smart thing that Pokemon Unite, I hope, would start to develop and look into in the future. It would just make, again, the ranked grind a lot more, easier, I guess, on your mental, and again, give everybody a fair playing field. I know I've said that a lot. Second on my list, we've got role queue. So what I mean by role queue is, in the beginning of every Pokemon Unite game, when you hit ZL, I think it's ZL, and you're allowed to ping which location you want to go to. I think this could be done a lot easier, because I know I can't be the only person that has ever, gotten into a match right away, ping that you're going to the middle, and then as soon as the game starts, despite nobody else, claiming that they're going to jungle, immediately rushing to the center area, stealing all of your farms, stealing all of your camps, and just basically ruining, the game plan that you had set for yourself. You picked a certain Pokemon because you wanted to jungle with it, you wanted to play this role, just to have somebody take that from you when they didn't even acknowledge it, or they, even worse is sometimes they'll say they're going middle and then immediately go and do that. That is beyond frustrating. And I think hand in hand with role queue is, one, you can assign those lanes before you even start, but just to give it a little bit more detail, I think a nice idea would be to add in like either items that allow you to get more experience depending on which lane you're in, or just lane dependent experience in general. Like if you queue for center role, you get the full experience from your jungle buffs, and then everybody else gets, you know, a little minor. It won't completely prevent them from trying to take it, but I do think that it would, you know, have a step in the right direction. Like such debuffs like that could probably fall off towards like the later half of the game, where, you know, you're kind of just farming camps because you're trying to catch up and level up. It won't be that big a deal as it is on your first camp, your first clear, because getting that level 5 for your jungler is huge. And when you don't have that, it makes it really, really frustrating. A lot of the Pokemon, at least that I play, are very dependent on getting that level 5. I'm a big Greninja player. And yeah, it's just really, really frustrating to, again, try. It goes again with the solo queue nonsense, trying to coordinate with your team and be prepared, and to have someone, you know, just randomly take that from you, it kind of throws away the entire game plan and sets you behind from the jump. Number 3 on my list, I have. Okay, number 3 on my list, I have a draft pick system, or pick or ban system, whatever you want to call it. This again is very similar to other MOBAs, where instead of loading into the game like in Unite, where you just, you know, rush to get whatever Pokemon you want, it would have each team side by side and allow you to one by one select Pokemon. I don't think it has to be exactly similar to League, where once somebody has taken that Pokemon, they're off the board and nobody else can take it, but it does allow you to at least select your team at a more, you know, strategic level. Seeing what the opponent has, it gives a lot more counterplay to it, and it kind of, you know, it kind of like diversifies the gameplay, I guess. I don't even want to say that. It just adds different layers to it, being able to counter, because there are Pokemon in this game that, you know, directly counter other Pokemon, and without being able to see your the opponent's team ahead of time, you don't really ever get that opportunity. You kind of just have to get lucky and pick whatever it is based off of your team and what synergizes well with your team, rather than what synergizes as well as, you know, counters what the opponent are trying to do, and put yourself in the best position to win. Also, bans is just a big thing, because there are some Pokemon that I just absolutely hate facing, and I know I can't be the only one that just absolutely dreads right now seeing Duraludon on any game. It's super frustrating. The Pokemon's so strong. I just want to ban it and move on with my day and continue playing. But I think that is, I have it third because it is a little bit lower on the list. Like, it's not that big a deal right now, as we don't have that many Pokemon in the game. I do hope that as the roster continues to expand outward, like that becomes a, you know, an introduction into the game. I think it would just be, you know, more and more helpful. Number 4, this is kind of a touchy subject because of the way that items are done in the game, but I think it'd be really, really cool just to, 1, add more items, and then 2, kind of to have like an in-game shop. I thought of a variety of different ways that this can go. Like, either there's certain items that you can only buy in game. So say you're farming up different Pokemon, you're gathering your Eos energy, and instead of scoring with the Eos energy, you can take it back to the fountain and buy an item with it, or even upgrade your current items. I thought that would just, you know, add some different levels to the game. With that, we could probably have like different game modes that might be a little bit longer to get more use out of it, or, you know, just standard 10-minute battle might not be that bad. It would just give you, you know, again, some ideas whether or not you want to score all that you've gotten throughout your first clear, the first chance you get, or if you want to save it in order to, you know, give your Pokemon some more power spikes and to increase their strength and efficiency throughout the rest of the game. I just think it'd be really, really fun. And then it would also just add less, more uniqueness to the game. I think right now, the current item system, there's only like 4 or 5 items that are like good. Everything else is kind of situational, or just flat out bad that you would never use. And I think, you know, either adding more options just in general would, you know, again, give you more of a feel. This also kind of goes hand in hand with the earlier pick. Like, in other MOBAs, you strategize your items based off what the other team is running, and I think that could be a fun thing to do with this game as well. You could get more opportunities to strategize your items based off of what your team needs in each given, you know, battle. I don't know. It's kind of like, again, that's a situational thing that I don't have highest up on the list for a reason, because it's just a personal preference. I think it would just add different layers to the game. It just make it a little bit more fun. The final point I had, number 5, is to add the game to Steam. So the reasoning, this is again not something that definitely needs to happen, but the more people that have access to play your game, the more exposure it gets, the more you can do with it. Having Pokemon Unite on mobile is huge, because almost everybody has a cell phone, so everybody has the ability to play it. But in my experience, mobile gaming is just something I don't enjoy doing. I used to, but it was always like smaller games, like they don't take that much time, they don't take that much effort. But games like Unite, where you kind of have to like use the controls a lot and be coordinated and try to do this, that, and the third, it's just really, really annoying. Depending on which phone you have as well, it gets more and more frustrating. I guess like for those that might play on a tablet, it's not nearly as bad. But having the game on Steam would just be huge, because it opened up to everybody that hates mobile gaming but also doesn't own a Switch, but they're really big fans of Pokemon. It gives them the chance to play, because there's a huge game community on Steam. I think it is the biggest platform for gaming. I might be making that up, but it would just give a lot more exposure to Unite and increase the player base by a huge amount, which honestly, it brings in more revenue for the game. It brings in just more people wanting to see change and wanting to see the game prosper, and allows you to do a lot more with it, and it's a kind of a win-all situation. It also makes it easier to communicate with those people for those team battles. Having Discord on a computer is pretty much standard, so you're able to communicate with people rather than having to call them up on your cell phone, and if you're playing on mobile, then you really can't do that. I don't know, I just think it'd be helpful and healthy for the community, because just giving people more outlets in order to play is never a wrong thing. But those are my 5 suggestions, I guess, and ways that I would personally improve Pokemon Unite. Let me know in the comment section down below what you would do or what you would like to see change for the future. And I guess we'll just kind of hope and see. There's not really much we can do about it, but it's just nice to discuss things and to have fun with it. So in the next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.